we got to get to the NBA. A former NBA player said something about a current NBA player, and that's Enes Kanter. If I said his name, I haven't seen him, heard from him in a long time, or at least it just felt like he hasn't played in a while. He spoke on. Greg said, "Dang,
Nah,
just
you
kidding."
good, bro. We messing with you, bro. You good.
Um, he spoke on LeBron James in a recent podcast interview, and I just want to get your thoughts on
You
this.
have it?
Give me 1 second. Yep,
Oh, okay,
pulling up right
cool.
now. It is a video. I'm pulling up right now.
Because I did not see it.
Come on, K-Rock. You know I always got a video.
I know.
There it
I'm
is.
sorry.
He is not a good teammate. Obviously, he runs the media pretty much, and
Oh,
he
I did see
tried to
this. I did see
control
this. Okay.
his narrative. But if we actually go and have a conversation with inside of the NBA and have a conversation with the players, nobody wants to play with him. Listen, my whole life, I actually, I'm fighting against dictators. So when I see a dictator, I know it. LeBron is literally like the dictator of the NBA. He controls the media, he controls his narrative. If you go against his agenda, you will get traded, and everybody knows it, you know? So he's pretty much like the dictator of the NBA.
Yeah,
He called him
I did see
the
that.
dictator of the NBA. He also said his entire life he fights dictators. I have a comment on that, but before I get to that comment on that dictator comment, let's see, Jay, you want to take this one? What are your thoughts on what he said about LeBron?
So these guys have a bit of a history. Like Enes Kanter and LeBron have a history. Even when Kanter was in the league, he was going at LeBron for something, but maybe for being with Nike and because the shoes were made in China, and he had an issue with that because of some of the things that were happening in China. Like, so he has had an issue with LeBron for a long time for some political reasons. I think he just doesn't like LeBron too. So some of this is personal for Enes Kanter. With that being said, some of the things that he's saying, like, I don't think he's the only person that thinks these things, right? I mean, we've heard other people maybe not be willing to come out and say it like that, but have alluded to the fact that LeBron controls a lot of things when he's with an organization. If you can't kind of do things the way he wants them, then you're going to be out of there. So we've heard other people allude to these kinds of things with LeBron, but I just think with Kanter, some of what he's saying might be true, but it's more personal for him because he's had an issue with LeBron since day one.
You know what? People are going to kill me for saying this, y'all. And you know what? I do not care at this point. He said one thing. I'm not saying I necessarily disagree. I do think LeBron has a lot of control between him and Clutch Sports over a lot of things that goes on in the NBA. He has a lot of say so with the Lakers organization. We have seen it. And I do think that is why some players, and I said it before, don't want to go to the Lakers because of that, because he has so much control, because he has so much say. And it doesn't fit what they want. They want to be able to focus on basketball, not all this other stuff. But it's hard for me to listen to a guy like Enes Kanter. I'm sorry, because the first thing he said is, "I fight dictators all my life. I don't like them." But you're with I shouldn't say this. But you're with Trump, and if Trump is not trying to be a dictator, I don't know who is. I'm sorry. You could get on me all you want, but you said I fight dictatorships. I don't like dictators. But this dude has shown you he's trying to be a dictator. I don't know how many words comes through my ears after that one. It's just like it goes in one ear and right out the other because it just goes blah, blah, blah. Like you're making no sense to me right now. Anyway, I had to get that off my chest. That kind of annoyed me a little bit. But K-Walk, what's your thoughts on this one?
You almost took me there with you, Brett. You almost took me there with you, Brett. But I'm not going to follow you on that one, Brett. But I'm with you though. But I have to stop at a certain point. So but Yeah, I mean, I think we kind of all alluded to it when we talked about the hiring of JJ Redick, the draft selection of Bronny James. We know what LeBron does and what he's able to do. We call him the GM, of the Lakers. Even though Rob Pelinka has that title, we see what goes on there, and we see DeMar DeRozan, a lot of guys. He said, LeBron said, "Listen, I'm willing to take a pay cut if we can get some quality guys in here." And apparently no one wanted to go there because we didn't hear about no one going, said, "Oh, I'm not going there. I can get more money. I can get the money I'm looking for." LeBron immediately, he probably heard around the league, or probably they reached out to DeMar DeRozan's camp, and they were like, "Nah, we're good over here, man. We're good." And he immediately signed that max extension. So he didn't even really give much time, between when he said I'll take less money to when he signed an extension. So there was, that just leads me to believe there were rumors around, there was talks around the league that no one's going to sign with you, LeBron, because we know how you get down. We know how you get down, and you got your do boy there in JJ Redick. You got your do boy over there, and with AD as well. You know, Now you got everything that you want, man. And I agree with him in that sense as far as LeBron controlling the narrative. He does control the narrative. It's there. I mean, there's evidence of it there. It's not something that we're just speculating and just saying, "Oh, this, oh, well, I think." It's the writing's on the wall. So I agree with him in that standpoint as far as LeBron being a dictatorship. I'm not going to comment on the other. He fights dictators. I'm not going to comment on that aspect of it, Britt. But I'm picking up what you're putting down there, Britt. But nonetheless, yeah, I agree with him in that from the LeBron standpoint, without question.
K-Walk, I already know they're gonna come for me for saying
Nah,
that, but
Brett, you're good, Brett. Hey,
I
everyone's
just had to,
entitled. Everyone's
right.
entitled, Brett.
I just had
Everyone's
to say it.
entitled.
Like, it just didn't make sense to me how you say you
Yeah.
fight dictator. Like, to me, you just contradicted yourself. Whether it's
I'm
good
just
or
gonna do this,
bad,
Brett. I'm just gonna
right,
do
right.
this and do that.
Whether
That's
you think it's a
all.
good thing or a bad thing, don't say you fight something the same thing that you're supporting. So it's just tell us the truth.
He
Don't
fights
lie to
certain
us.
dictators,
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And the other ones got him in his pocket. I got what you're saying. The other ones got him in his pocket. So he's a little puppet right now. But anyway, great. Yeah, I do. But I do think LeBron, like I said earlier, LeBron does have control. I think he has too much control. I don't even think MJ or Michael had this much control. Maybe they did. Maybe Michael, I was a little bit too young. Kobe, I was a little bit more aware, but I don't think Kobe had this much control over an entire team. He probably gave his input, but for the most part, it's what the Lakers organization did. He kind of dealt with it. He may have gotten on the players when they got on the court. We know what type of teammate that he was. Teammates loved him, but he was a no-nonsense type of teammate. He wanted to win. That was his main goal, was to win. LeBron, he has different agendas. To me, he's more of a, I want the numbers, or he wants the rings too, but I want, my son to play with me. He wants to more do things that's never been done before type of guy. Rightly so. That's his thing. I'm all about championships when I'm playing the sport, but that's me. I don't want to focus on anything else except for the championship. Yes, it's cool, it's fun, it's exciting to play with your son, but I need my ring at the same time. I need to allow my son to go off on his own. I got him to this point. He needs to take it off a little bit further. Jay, did you have a thought on that?
Yeah, because like the interesting thing about that, Brit, is like I could see like when LeBron was in his absolute prime, and this guy, you felt like he was the best player in basketball, and you felt like if he's on my team, I have a real shot at winning the championship. But to me, he's no longer that player. You guys tell me if you disagree, but they haven't been able to attract any great free agents. There seems like there's people in the league who are saying, "Nah, I'd rather not play with him." Having him on your roster, we've seen the last few years, it doesn't get you over the hump. He's no longer that guy that can put you on his back and carry you into the NBA finals. So why do you think the Lakers are allowing this man to call the shots? Because I could see if he was still that guy, and you're like, well, we're going to let him do what he wants, but we know we're going to be in the finals at the end of the year. But he's not that anymore. So that's where I struggle with it. Like, why are they letting him call all the shots and pull all the strings when he can't deliver anymore on the basketball court. Yeah, he's still a very good player, but he's not taking you to a championship. It's not happening.
Right. He can no longer carry the team.
Yeah.
I mean, but but if you think about it, it's still interesting because you could tell there's something else that goes on outside of just his play on the court, because I still think he can contribute to a championship team and at a high level if players want to go there. But I think when you see videos such as the coaches trying to draw up a play, but LeBron's like, no, give me the clipboard. Give me the clipboard. I got it. I don't think, I kind of feel like that players don't like that. Players just like, who's the coach? Who are we listening to? Are we listening to LeBron or are we listening to the head coach? If that's the case, then why do we have a coach? Well, it should just be another situation like the Nets with Kyrie, KD, and who am I missing? Who's the guy? James Harden. When they was like, oh, we don't need a head coach, but clearly you do, and clearly you need a good head coach, because if not, we see what's going on with LeBron. He hasn't won since. But here's Greg 144. There's definitely a beef with Enes. I almost forgot the man's name. A beef Enes has with LeBron, but I will say he is right to a degree about how LeBron pretty much controls the narrative wherever he goes, and that is true. But one more thing,
and he threw the punctuation in there as well.
Yes,
I'm messing with you, brother. I'm messing with you.
The grammar. No. One more thing pertaining to this, about him being a dictator or him controlling the narrative, and that was his son Bronny. We've spoke about it before plenty of times, but this particular player, their recent champion, and I'm pretty sure you guys are very aware, and Finals MVP Jaylen Brown was recently at, I believe it was the Lakers Summer League game. I don't know if you've seen the video. It's very silent, guys. It's very silent. If you watch it,
read lips and read lips. You can read lips,
right? if you're watching, it's like, what are you talking about? You can read lips. I got the video here for you. It's like I said, it's silent, but I'll tell you right after this exactly what he said. Basically, what he said was, I don't think Bronny is a pro. His girlfriend, I can't pronounce her name. I think it's whatever. Something. She used to be a former WNBA player. She recently got cut. She said, I think he'll be on the G League team for sure. And then Jaylen Brown then said, I don't think so. I think because of his name, he'll be on the Lakers. He did come out later on. And then tweet. Not necessarily apologize, but he said it's a flex to have your son alongside you in the NBA. It reflects greatness and longevity. Bronny has all the tools around him to be successful. I look forward to watching his growth. And he reposted this with that video I just showed on his Twitter. I think it's some kind of form of apology in a way. But what are your thoughts on what Jaylen Brown said? Because it's probably not just him thinking this, is probably also other players along this thinking this as well. Anybody can take it.
Yeah, I think he's, he probably thinks what a lot of other people sitting around watching the summer league games are thinking. Those guys that are like, players know, like that's what we always said in college. Like, players know, like when you're playing, who can play and who can't play. Mm-hmm. And those NBA guys sitting there watching the game, they can tell the guys who they think, okay, that guy, he's a pro. That guy's not a pro. So I think he was just being honest. I think there's probably a ton of people that feel the same way, but just aren't willing to say it publicly. And based off of what we've seen so far, it would be very accurate. I think the Lakers played last night, and Bronny dropped 3 points, I believe. Or what was it, 1 point, K-Walk?
No, he had one shot. Oh, yeah, one shot.
3 points, maybe, or 2 points. I think he had 2 points.
So a shot clock buzzer beater.
Yeah. So based off what we've seen, he doesn't look like he's a pro right now. And I know, like, we're not going to put all the eggs in one basket just for summer league. We don't want to throw all our eggs in one basket, but could we put like one egg in the basket? Could he just show us something that gives us a glimmer of hope that maybe this thing's going to work out? Because right now, it doesn't look like he's ready. So I agree with Jaylen Brown. I kind of, you know, I sometimes I wish guys would just not be in such a rush to go on social media and try to clean it up. Just
Right.
let it be.
Yes.
Like
Hey.
you're the MVP of the finals. You're a champion. You don't have
Mhm.
to try to clean it up. If that's how you
Don't
feel,
Stephen
that's
A.
how you
Don't
feel. You know.
yeah. Don't Stephen A.
He
Smith it, man.
he
Don't
he
do that.
he might have got nervous that LeBron might dictate.
Why?
He just
What?
wanted
What?
to keep his
He got money.
dictatorship.
He
It's
got
like,
money. He good. Yeah,
get
he
him
got his championship. He got
get him out of here. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. He got a ring, but LeBron's level of dictatorship is much higher than that one
Yeah,
ring he got right
yeah,
now. So
yeah. On the other coast, yeah. He can't come in Boston saying
that
that
is
nonsense.
that is true. You might be right about that one. But no, I'm with Jalen Brown on this. He spoke
Yeah,
his truth. He has his opinion. He's not coming at, and I know people got on Jalen Brown for saying it. He's not coming at
I'm
Bronny
not.
personally. He's
Yeah,
critiquing his game, and I think it's okay to critique your game. You are on the highest level now
yeah.
of professional basketball. This is the highest level of basketball. So once you got drafted, once you hit that summer league stage, that NBA court, all bets are off.
Yeah.
We're not coming at you, even us here. We don't come at your personality. You may be the coolest, kindest, sweetest kid on planet Earth, but you pick up that basketball. If you trash, we're gonna let you know you trash. I shouldn't say it like that. K Walk, you told me not to say that earlier. I shouldn't say it like that. But if you're not great, we're gonna tell you got some work to do. And
Yeah.
he has a
Yeah.
lot of work to do. And LeBron can't get mad at that. LeBron should actually understand this situation because he's been through it. So he's going to get it times two because he is your son. So
Mhm.
to me, they don't have anything to say about it. But K Walk, or they
Yeah, I
can.
mean, yeah, I agree with that. I mean, Jalen Brown, I think he has a leg to stand on. I mean, he just signed a big contract last season. He just won a NBA championship, and he just won the NBA Finals MVP. So I think he
Mhm.
knows a thing or two about basketball. And he's look,
Right.
he's in a private. He thought he was in a private moment, but you're courtside with
Yeah.
Angel Reese, and and so forth, so. I think it was Angel Reese with
Yeah. She
him.
was
Was it?
sitting
Yeah,
next
she
Yes.
was
to
right.
me
Yeah,
Angel
she
as
was
Reese
on.
was
well.
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I stalk her. I forgot that they were sitting next. I was just looking at her. But that's story time. But no, nonetheless. But yeah, I mean, he's thinking that he's having a private conversation. And this goes to show you, ladies and gentlemen, that you're not safe anywhere. You're not safe anywhere. People can read lips. It may not be an audio, but and he's right though. And it's sad that he has to kind of like retract that or clarify or
Mhm.
post something like that. Say it with your chest, man. If you mean it, say it and stand by it. Like, why do you
Right.
have, because you got to wait for somebody else's reaction, that you got to sit there and say, oh well, man, I didn't mean it that way. Yes you did, because you said it that way. So
Right.
stop doing that. If you guys mean it,
Right.
stand by it. Like, it's like, who cares if you lose a couple of followers? It's going to be all right. Your direct deposit will still hit when it's supposed to hit. I mean, you don't worry about all that, man. Yeah, that's
Mhm.
how he feels. That's how I feel. And I'm quite sure, I'm not speaking for
Yep.
you two, but
That's
I'm
how
quite
we.
sure that's how
That's how
you
we feel.
feel. Like,
That's how I
LeBron
feel.
from NBA, so Bronny from an NBA standpoint is trash. From an NBA standpoint, he is trash. I said it. If no one else has said, I'm not going to come back and I'm not going to retract it. I'm not going to say, oh, I didn't mean he's trash. I'm saying from an NBA standpoint, so I don't have to do any clarification later. From an NBA standpoint, Bronny does not belong there. I said it.
Yeah,
No one else would
in
say so.
street ball, you would have got your bust. I'm not trying to curse. But you would have got your beat busted real easily, real quick, and got kicked off the court. Next, that's how bad he is right now. But like I said, he got some work to
Well, I didn't
do.
see that. You put that up? Oh,
I
I thought
put
you
what
just
up?
put something up. Oh, no, I thought you saw. I thought you was put something up. You was reading. I didn't see that.
No, 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 no. I said that. I said
Oh,
that.
that's from you. Okay, there you.
In
Okay, that's you.
street
You
ball,
said
he
that.
would
Okay.
have got kicked off the court
Oh, in
real
street ball.
quick.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yes,
My apologies.
in
All
street
right,
ball, he would have got
gotcha.
kicked off the court real quick. So that
And he would have
means
took his ball and went home. Yep, exactly.
no. Matter of fact, you so bad, I'm keeping your ball. You walk home.
Oh, damn.
I
No.
return it later if I feel like it.